silent movie theaters in Cedar Rapids were booming in the early 1900s, and the Ideal Social was no exception. In fact, if you walk through these doors, one of the unique things you'll see are these old murals. Now, these belong to the original owner back in 1914, and this is what's left after a fire hit 4 businesses in downtown Vinton. You can see that Fisher Law Firm and the Benton County Title Company are still standing, but if you just take a look next door, all that's left of Klingman Pharmacy and Michael and Down Furniture Store is nothing but debris and rubble. Fire that you're seeing right behind us, that's the same fire that started around 7 last night, and it's still burning. When she was only 20 years old, she found out that she had melanoma, the deadliest form of skin cancer. That's why we picked the basement of KCRG. We actually picked up one of these radon testing kits from the Johnson County Department of Public Health, and basically we're going to just place it here. In fact, Cedar Rapids used to have 14 silent theaters, and the Ideal was one of them. Now, if you take a look right below me, this is some of the original tile from when the Ideal first opened 100 years ago. And if you look right above us, although it's been painted over, Timothy LeDuc and his partner Ashley Kane, they will be standing by just in case they get that call. Now, Timothy's actually with us live this morning. You can see that these veterans are already lined up for processing. We had the chance to catch up with 2 brothers. They're twins from the Korean War. One of the big items they were looking for was, Shelly tells me it was a tablet, and she actually got one of the 100 tablets that Menards had. And if you look over there, Gabby has her giant bear. We've also saw that's been a pretty popular item. A few people have walked out with those big bears. And well, Chris, with well-known websites like OkCupid, eHarmony, and Match.com, the stigma of online dating has gone down. They narrowed it down to 18 finalists, which included groups from the Cedar Rapids area. Later today, we'll share with you the 5 winners. Well, first off, people have these high expectations that everyone's just going to come together and it's going to be a lot of fun. But when the holiday plans don't meet our expectations, that can be stressful. They're also waiting on a cannabis oil facility that won't even open for a few months. While voters have been heading to the polls for hours already, the U.S. Senate has just 12 hours to prevent a government shutdown. Reflective safety vest.
And that's a hood ornament.
That's pretty fun.
Yeah.
I wish I had a cat that could ride on the car.
I think we all do.
I'm reporting live in Cedar Rapids as I try to score again. I got it! Look at that! Alicia Tarancon, KCRG, TV9 News.
We're gonna go light today. We're not gonna go heavy.
Cabot Todd has been competing in the Cedar Rapids Special Olympics for a few years now, and the sport he excels at the most is powerlifting.
I want to get stronger. I want to get as strong as I could be.
Volunteer coaches are working with Cabot and other athletes to help them achieve that dream. Devin Reese is a personal trainer with the Anvil Gym, and this is the first year the gym is giving these athletes a chance to use their facility and train with the professionals.
We work with them January and February, and then they compete in March. And like at that state meet, watching them all really try hard for their best PR and going for the heaviest weights they've ever lifted.
There we go. Way back in the heels.
Coaches say it's not always easy.
They get upset when they miss a lift or something like that, so it's kind of explaining them that failure's going to happen sometimes, and it's okay to just get back on it and try again later, and get better even though you're going to fail sometimes.
By learning from their failures, the coaches are able to teach these athletes how to succeed.
When I first started out, I said, do I want to really do this? And I said maybe, but then I learned the technique from coaches and just cut right on.
Cabot says he got in trouble in the past and he was suspended from school. But it was this sport and his coaches who helped him turn his life around.
I was just going to cry my eyes out because all the trouble I went through over the years, and I got nominated.
Cabot was nominated by his coaches to go to the national games to compete in powerlifting next summer in Seattle. Now, with the help of volunteer coaches like Devin, athletes like Cabot are pushing themselves to work a little harder.
I could do 285. I think this year I'm going to shoot for 300.
And Cabot will soon find out whether he's been selected to compete in the national competition. Reporting in Hiawatha, Alicia Tarancon, KCRG, TV9 News.
AJ.
There you go, buddy. Hi.
Anthony Jr., or AJ, was born on May 3rd, barely 2 months old. His arrival also came about 13 weeks earlier than expected, weighing in a little over 2 pounds.
Hello, sweetheart.
After his birth, AJ went to the St. Luke's Neonatal Intensive Care Unit, where they offer a volunteer cuddler program. It's a program where volunteers like Alicia Hayes come in and provide comfort and care to premature babies while their parents are away.
I'm gonna get little AJ out for you to cuddle today. Sometimes I tell them stories if they're awake, or most of the time they're sleeping, so I just rub their heads or their backs, or just hold them and cuddle them.
For some parents, staying with the newborn in the NICU can be difficult when trying to handle everything else.
The babies whose parents can't be here, whether they have gone back to work or they have other children at home or whatever the reason may be, I can be that person that provides the love and comfort for that baby while they're here in the hospital.
It's like a blessing because they get that extra time, and babies this little needs as much time as, you can give them.
Devette Watson is AJ's mother. While she spends a lot of her time with her son, she's also noticed how volunteer cuddlers can help improve a baby's heart rate, breathing, sleep, and overall health. Now AJ weighs more than 5 pounds, and he's just about ready to meet the rest of his family.
Never would have expected him to be able to go home this early, so it's very important to have that skin-to-skin and cuddle time because it really helps kids that are premature.
But his most important message to others is just be yourself. Timothy LeDuc is not your average figure skater. He left average behind a pretty long time ago. When you often have the words world class come before your name, remembering where it all started truly takes some reaching back.
I see this place. I remember, oh, that's where I landed my first axel. That's where I did my first scratch spin. I remember competing in Iowa Games here. It reminds me why I do this and why I'm so passionate about this sport.
He's also not afraid to admit he's gay.
Some people say, oh, a gay figure skater. Big surprise. Some people would think it's not groundbreaking, but surprisingly, there are very few openly gay athletes in the sport of figure skating.
Unlike most skaters, he wasn't out here when he was 3 or 4. Instead, Timothy was 13 and started up after watching the 2002 Winter Olympics. But being gay added some extra challenges. He remembers one experience while searching for a partner for pair skating.
We were seeing if we would be a good match on the ice, and the mother of this girl that I was trying out with asked if I had a girlfriend, to which I said, no, I'm gay. And she said, oh my goodness, you need to keep that to yourself. That's going to make us look really bad.
Another skater told LeDuc she didn't want to skate with him because she thought he would be too weak to lift her. Despite these obstacles, he built up his skills and earned a spot on Team USA at the 2017 World Team Trophy, where the U.S. took 3rd place. Last year, he made the decision to come out openly to the world as a gay figure skater, a move he hopes will inspire others.
I want to be that beacon and to be that voice for that young queer person who doesn't understand what they're feeling or needs somebody to tell them that it's okay to be themselves and to accept what makes them different. It's very important to understand what makes you different is what makes you beautiful.
And even though Timothy LeDuc and his partner Ashley Kane finished 4th in the Olympic trials, they aren't stopping there. They're going to begin training for the 2022 Winter Olympics. I'm reporting live in Cedar Rapids. Alicia Tarancon, KCRG, TV9 News.